Hello, as promised, let's work through our computer chat um, lesson today together. So we all started this on Friday. Just in case anyone wasn't here on Friday, I'm going to start from the very beginning. So the first thing we've got to do, move my screen out of the way. First thing we got to do is take a look at our directions. So we have it says computers are great conversationalists, but most don't know it because they're very shy. So, a little joke there for us. Under input, we're going to have a series of questions to ask the user to type. Under output, we have to respond or give the computer's response to each question. And then under requirements for this assignment, you're going to use input statements to ask the user questions. You're going to use a variable to store the user's name. You're going to print statements to respond to users' answers. And you're going to use concatenation to join the string with the variables. And there are challenges. We'll look at those in just a minute, but I don't want to confuse you, so we're not going to look at the challenges just yet. Okay? All right, so remember, we do not delete our comment tags. You have to have your comment tags. So starting at line 6, question 1, it says get input with prompt, what is your name? Assign to variable called name. So we're going to start with a variable. We're going to call it name. Whoops, not in caps. Name. When you assign something to a variable, you need an equal sign. And we're going to say input, open parenthesis, open quotation mark. What is your name? Question mark. Leave a space. Closing quotation mark, closing parenthesis. Now, under line 12, it says concatenate variable called name to hello and concatenate to a period at the end. Use entire thing inside of a print statement. Or, I'm sorry, it says put, not use. So we're going to go print, open parenthesis, open quotation mark. We're going to say hello, as it says up there. Leave a space, then a closing quotation mark. Then we need to concatenate. That means we need a plus sign. And then we have to add our variable label, which we called name. So I'm just going to type name, no quotation marks here because we're accessing a variable. We're not calling a string. Then I'm going to do another plus sign because we have to be very bougie, very demure. And we're going to put a period at the end of this beautiful sentence. And then don't forget your closing parenthesis. Now notice line 15 says test after this line. So I'm going to test. It says what is your name? I'm going to type my name. I'm going to hit enter. And I get hello GPI and then program ended, just as I suspected. Let's go to question 2. Question 2, line 21 says get input with prompt how are you today? So I'm going to start with input, open parenthesis, open quotation mark. How are you today? Question mark, space, closing quotation, closing parenthesis. Down to line 28. I'm going to read 24. 24 says print, I see. So I'm going to go print, not an equal sign, print, open parenthesis, open quotation mark, I see, period, closing quotation mark, closing parenthesis. Then line 25 and 26 say, then print, I myself am a little nervous because I am meeting so many new people. So I'm going to go print again, line 29, open parenthesis, open quotation mark, I myself am a little nervous because, spell it correctly, I am meeting so many new people. Period, closing quotation mark, closing parenthesis. And again, line 27 says test after this line. So I'm going to go test it again. What is your name, GPI? Enter, hello GPI, how are you today? I'm well. Enter, I see. I myself am a little nervous because I am meeting so many new people. Program ended. So it worked as expected. Let's slide down to question 3. Now this is the point where all of you should be starting off today, with the exception of anybody who was absent on Friday. So starting at question 3, says, get input with prompt, what do you like to do for fun, plus name, plus question mark. Okay, so we're going to start with input, open parenthesis, open quotation mark, what do you like to do for fun, leave a space, closing quotation mark. I'm concatenating, so I'm going to do a plus sign. The word name. Name does not have quotation marks, remember, because it is the name of a variable. Plus sign on the other side. And then just so we make it grammatically correct, we're going to add a question mark, which is by itself a string, at the very end. And then don't forget your closing parenthesis. Okay. Now line 39 says print. That sounds like a lot of fun. Okay, so we're going to go print, open parenthesis, open quotation mark. That sounds like a lot of fun. Period. Closing quotation mark, closing parenthesis. Line 40 says test it, so let's test it. What is your name? GPI. How are you today? I see. I myself am a little nervous. What do you like to do for fun? And it said my name. What do you like to do for fun, GPI? I like to teach my students how to code. Enter. That sounds like a lot of fun. Do you notice something right here? Do you notice how it's all smashed together? I forgot my space. So let me go back and fix that. So right at the end, what do you like to do for fun? Right here at the very end behind my question mark, I need to add a space there. That way my answer is not all smashed together. All right, we are now on question number 4. Question 4 says, print, I'd like to know some more about you. So we're going to go print, open parenthesis, open quotation mark. I'd like to know some more about you. Period, closing quotation mark, closing parenthesis. Alrighty, here's another input, so I'm going to have to be careful about my spacing at the end. Get input with prompt, what is your favorite color? And assign to a variable called color. Ooh, so we are creating a new variable. So I'm going to start with the word color. When we assign, we have to use an equal sign. And then we're going to assign whatever the user says. So I'm going to go input, open parenthesis, open quotation mark. What is your favorite color? Question mark, leave that space, closing quotation mark, closing parenthesis. Down here at line 53, it says print. It's funny you should say that. I just got a new. And then we're going to concatenate, plus sign color variable, plus sign keyboard the other day. Oh, okay. So we're going to go print, open parenthesis, open quotation mark. It's funny you should say that, exclamation point. I just got a new space, closing quotation mark, plus sign for concatenation, typing the word color without quotation marks because it's the name of a variable, another plus sign to concatenate the second part of the sentence, opening quotation mark. Looks like we got a space, so I'm going to put a space there. Keyboard the other day. I'm going to do an exclamation point because I feel like it. Okay, let's test it. That's what line 55 says. Here we go. Uh-oh, I got an error. Line 69. Let's look. What did I do wrong? Hmm. So there's nothing there, which means I forgot something up here. What did I... Ah, I see what I forgot. My closing parenthesis. Okay, now let's test it. What is your name? GPie. How are you today? I'm well. Da-da-da. What do you like to do for fun? I like to play World of Warcraft. That sounds like a lot of fun. I'd like to know more about you. What is your favorite color? Pink. It's funny you should say that. I just got a pink keyboard the other day. Okay. Let's move on to question 5. Get input with prompt. Will you be my friend? Okay. Input. Start with the word input. Open parenthesis, open quotation mark. Will you be my friend? Question mark, space, closing quotation, closing parenthesis. And then line 64 says print, well, good. Print, open parenthesis, open quotation mark, well, good. Period, closing quotation mark, closing parenthesis. Test it again. We always test to find our bugs. What is your name? GPie. Well, what do you like to do for fun? Play World of Warcraft. Sorry about the dog. What's your favorite color? Pink. Da-da-da. Will you be my friend? Sure. And it says good, program ended. All right. At this point, we are at the very end. If you have no bugs, turn it in. If you do have bugs, you need to fix those before you turn them in. I hope this helps. See you later.